And in this lesson, it's not going to be very, very, very big. It's just going to be about risk to reward ratio. Now, if you have observed me from the start of our lessons, all right, or from the start of the course, I've been looking at, the risk to reward. I've been talking so much about the risk to reward. Why is it important to have a good risk to reward? Okay, here is the secret of using a good risk to reward, because if you have a good risk to reward, that is going to help you to at least be on the winning side, regardless of how bad your strategy may be. Okay, so for me, my average risk to reward is just a 1 to 3. Why? Because it's easy to hit a 1 to 3, whether I'm trading from the higher time frame or I'm trading from the lower time frame, than it is to hit a 1 to 10, a 1 to 20, a 1 to 30. Okay, so having a 1 to 3 with a strategy which wins, let's say 5 times, or which is 50% accurate, all right, is something that is going to really is something that is going to still make me profitable over a long period of time. Why? Because imagine if I can win 5 times, that means in those 5 wins, I'm going to have 5 times 3, I'm going to have 15 ARA. And then if I can lose 5 trades, all right, those 5 trades that I'm going to lose is going just to be equal to 5 ARA. So if you subtract 5 from 15, I'm still going to be up 15 ARA. You see, so it doesn't matter whether I lose 5 trades, all right. The most important thing is that I'll still end up being profitable. That's the good thing about this. I'll still end up being profitable. Okay, I'll still end up being profitable. That's the good thing about this. Okay, and that's also one of the things that I would love for you to do what? To adopt. All right, that's one thing that I would love for you to adopt. Okay, so if you have observed our strategy, it is winning and it is losing. We can't avoid the aspect of losing. Trying to avoid losses in trading is like, you just want to be the market maker, which is not practically possible. Any strategy that you're ever going to come across on the market are not going to give you 100% win rate. There is no 100% win rate strategy. The only thing that we do in Forex is to manage our risks very well, and also to know how to use the risk to reward. So the risk to reward, what that means is that your risk versus your reward. So here it shows you how much you are willing to risk. So here it shows you your risk, and then down here it shows you your reward. So here is your reward. Okay, same applies to this other one right here. Same applies to this other one right here. This one is going to be your risk, and then this other one here is going to be your reward. Okay, reward, like that. Okay, so if you're buying, like I said, make sure that your average risk to reward is going to be a 1 to 3. Okay, if you're selling, make sure that your average risk to reward is going to be a 1 to 3, because it's easy to hit a 1 to 3 than to hit a 1 to 4, a 1 to 5, because the market can turn anytime. All right, anywhere it can turn. And from our lecture so far, you've seen how sometimes the market could just turn and hit our stop loss. Maybe it gave us a 1 to 2, then it just reverses, fails to hit a 1 to 3, then it reverses, goes and hit your stop loss and all those things. And no one would want to be losing money. Losing money is hectic, but then we can't avoid the aspect of losing money. The only thing that we can do is control our minds, our mindset, even as we are in a losing trade, because we know that in the long run, all right, if we look at the sample size that we have backtested, and if you see that, okay, my strategy is winning 5 times out of 10, it's winning 6 times out of 10, then you are good. You see, you are good. That 6 times, if you multiply it by 3, all right, is something that is going to be very huge, because 6 times 3 is somewhere 18 ARA. All right, so if you lose 4 times, so 18 ARA minus 4, okay, that's going to be somewhere 14 ARA. Okay, somewhere 14 ARA. So 14 ARA is something that is good if you're trading a pro firm account. All right. If you're trading a prop firm account with 14 ARA, you would have already passed your prop firm. You see, if you maintain your discipline on your risk to reward, if you don't play around your risk, then you are going to be good. And what am I going to, why am I saying this? So risk management, okay, comes also down to how much are you willing to risk. So risk management comes down to how much you are willing to risk per trade. So let's say if my risk management, if let's say I'm risking 1% of my trades, all right, I'm risking 1%. Okay, so let's say risking 1% of my account. Okay, so meaning that each time I take a stop loss hit, I'm going to lose 1%. All right, so each time, so let's say each time I take an SL, each time I take SL means stop loss, I'll lose negative 1%. So you see, lose negative 1%. And then each time I take TP, which is take profit, I'm going to gain 3%. Now look at the difference. Look at the difference. So if I win each trade, I lose 1. I win 1, I lose 1. All right, that's a 50%. That's a 50% win rate. Okay, so let's say 50% win rate. Win rate. Okay, so if I lose 1 trade, I win 2 trades. Okay, I take 2 trades, I lose 1, I win 1. That's a 50% win rate. Okay, what would be my overall ARA? So overall ARA, which is my reward, is going to be plus 2%. Okay, now isn't this good? I won 1, I lost 1, but I'm still up 2%. Now let's say if I took how many trades? So if I took 10 consecutive trades, 10 trades, okay, then I lose 5 and I win 5. Okay, so what would be your ARA? So if I'm still maintaining a risk percent of 1%, so that means I will lose about negative 5%. Okay, so negative 5%. All right, then I will win. So I will win. Okay, positive. Now 5 times 3. All right, 5 times 3 is going to be 15 ARA. So I'll be up 15%. Now, what will be my overall? So overall ARA will be equal to 15% minus 5%. It's going to give you what? It's going to give you 10%. So meaning that if you are trading a pro firm already with 50% win rate, you would still pass your challenge. If you hold on to your risk to reward, you don't change the numbers. All right. And if you say, because nowadays pro firms, they have removed these things to do with what do they call them? Daily limits, etc. So if you're just patient and you're taking the trades which aligns with your strategy and the things that we have looked at, of course you would still win. You would still pass your pro firm. Even if the win rate was 40%. Okay, even if the win rate was 40%. Okay, let's say you lose 2 trades and you win 1, you'll still be up by 1%. So 1%, if you won 4 trades, 1 by 4 is going to still give you 4% up. All right, 4% up. Yeah, you'll be down 6%, but 4% up. All right, meaning that still you are not going to blow your account. All right, so this is the importance of risk management. Now, for you, you can see how you can work around with these numbers. If you can take a 0.5% risk, it will still give you, if you go by this formula that I've given you, it will still give you the number Okay, so trading is all about the numbers. It's not about how accurate your strategy is. Okay, and this is where I've seen mediocre strategies winning and passing pro firms more than even good strategies. So don't judge a strategy. Look also at your risk management, because that could also potentially affect your win rate. All right, it could affect your wins. It could affect your numbers. All right, and also assess your discipline, because sometimes we become too emotional, more especially if we take a losing streak. We become too emotional. Sometimes we are overcome with this fear of missing out. We don't want to miss out a trade, so we throw away our strategy, we throw away our rules, and we start gambling in the market. So trading is only for the disciplined, so meaning that you have to be so disciplined as to follow your own rules. The market doesn't have rules of its own, so it's you that make the rules and come with these rules in the market. Only by you following your rules, planning your trade and trading your plan, are you going to become successful and profitable in this industry.